Okay, so I'm Gabby. This is Ryan. We're going to start our interview. So to start off, if there's any questions that you don't feel comfortable answering, just feel free to skip that question.
Okay.
So to start off, can you just tell me a little bit about your family and who that consists of?
Yeah. My family lives in Uppsala, Minnesota. It consists of my dad, Dennis. He's like 44, 45. And then my mom, Amy, who's 44. And then there's my older brother, Christian, who lives in Duluth. He is 23, I think.
23.
And then Connor is 22. He also lives in Duluth with my other brother.
Okay.
And there's me, 19. And then Elaine is 18. Gavin is 14. And Dan is like 12, I think.
And then who was your last brother?
Gavin.
And then who was the youngest?
Dan is the
Dan,
youngest.
okay.
But both the girls are adopted, Elaine and Dan.
Oh, okay.
So,
And how old is Diana?
like 12, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
You have a big family.
Yeah.
So what are some unique traits that each family member has, do you think?
Let's see. Probably my dad is like, well, I guess I don't, no, that's not true.
It's kind of hard.
Both my parents are probably caretakers.
Okay.
Because my dad doesn't work, so he's at home more
Okay.
with the family.
Mm-hmm.
But then my mom practices as a nurse, so she like knows all that stuff
Yeah.
and makes all the appointments.
That helps. Awesome. And you said your household was located in Uppsala?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in town or is it more in the country?
It's rural, like 400 people, like an hour north of St. Cloud, 3 hours north of Mankato.
Awesome. So you do live in town, you don't live in the country at all?
Uppsala's in the country.
Oh.
Like 400 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So what kind of environment does your family live in? Is it usually...
It's so recorded.
Oh, it is. Sorry. Is it usually noisy or busy or more quiet now?
Well, with the brothers out of the house,
Mm-hmm.
it's more quiet.
Okay.
My parents are like very laissez-faire. Like, my older brothers started moonshining when they were like 14, probably. But it's pretty crazy with all the family members in it. And then my mom breeds huskies too, so we have a bunch of dogs running around. Yeah.
Awesome. I love huskies.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say the social class that your family is in?
Like middle class,
Middle
probably
class?
somewhere around there.
So now to the context of your household, what types of things does your household like to do together as a family?
Probably like hang out with the dogs and the pets, watch movies. My parents are always watching TV, eat food. So.
Awesome. Is your neighborhood, do you feel that it's safe?
Yeah, we
I
don't.
guess it's a small town.
Yeah, we don't
so.
live. Yeah, we're like literally in the middle of nowhere, so we
nowhere.
don't have a neighborhood
Okay.
necessarily.
Okay. Is your family heavily involved in your community, would you say? Or are they more...
Probably not.
No, more like held off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably more so in like Sartell St. Cloud, because that's where all our friends are.
Okay.
I don't really have any friends in Upstate.
Are there any organizations or agencies that is important to your family that you contribute to? Maybe in the
Church. Yeah, we go to church. My mom works. That'd be one.
Yeah.
And then...
She works in the hospital?
Mm-hmm. St. Cloud Hospital. And then... there's another one I can't think of. My dad runs like a multiple sclerosis support group in St. Cloud, so that'd probably be another one.
When did your dad get multiple sclerosis?
That's tricky. So he was diagnosed in like 04 or 03, I think, with primary progressive.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because my parents bought a wheelchair, made the house all handicap accessible, but then he never like declined.
Really?
And they didn't know why. And then because some doctors would say, oh, he has multiple sclerosis, and then others wouldn't because he doesn't have any lesions.
Wow.
And he broke his neck when I was when my mom was in labor with me, and so some will say it's lesions on his neck, and some will say it's just scarring.
Oh,
so they don't really
that's
know.
interesting.
Yeah.
So he's doing okay right now.
Yeah. We. I started having like the same symptoms as him in high school.
Really?
So then they're like, well, he can't have MS. He has no lesions. So then they looked at my dad and they're like, yeah, he probably doesn't have it either. But my dad was already running like a support group and stuff through the the MS Society, and he's like, well, I don't want to stop.
I suppose he's gone through like most of it.
Yeah, all the diagnosis and tests and medications and stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. What relationships do your family members have outside of your immediate family? A lot of friends or no neighbors?
Yeah, not really any neighbors, but lots of friends.
Okay. Are any of your siblings more social than the others, or are you all pretty social?
I'm probably the most social.
Yeah.
Diana's super young, but she can't drive, so she doesn't really go anywhere.
Okay.
Elena just works. I don't think she has any friends, which is sad. But
where does Elena work?
In St. Cloud at like 3 different jobs.
Oh wow. All right. How does work and coworkers influence your family? So does your mom have any coworkers, or your dad have?
Yeah, actually, my boss is like my mom's best friend, and my mom works with like they're like family friends.
Okay.
And so like all of her friends are from work too. Like a lot of them, so. Where
do you work then?
The St. Cloud Hospital.
St. Cloud Hospital. Are you a CNA?
Health unit coordinator.
Okay. All right. Are there any relationships from work? Well, I kind of already mentioned this. Do you have any important relationships that you've created through work at all in the hospital, or not as close
I guess
with them?
I have. Well, it's like a family friend that's been around since kindergarten, and I work with him, so I didn't really create it at work, but we work together.
That helps. Okay. What type of culture does your family live in? So, you said it's a small town. Is there a lot of diversity at all, or is it more?
Yeah, I'd say it's
pretty
still
diverse.
Kind of, not as much as you'd see in like Minneapolis.
Okay. Is your family more traditional, or are they kind of more modern at all?
I'd say we're more, like in our cultural beliefs, probably more modern.
Okay,
really
modern.
Accepting.
Okay. Do you have any traditions that your family has with your religion, or any holidays at all?
Just like Christmas and Easter get together, just like the normal.
Yeah, absolutely. What, or how has your family changed over time at all? So anything like maybe your dad's diagnosis, or anything?
That would be a big one, and then my diagnosis, and then mom starting to breed huskies, like getting in the breeding business again. Moving out to Uppsala.
Where did you live before?
Sartell.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so kind of the same question. Those are basically the big events that have changed your family.
Yeah.
Has your household changed a lot since you and your brothers have moved out of the house? Have they adapted well to the change?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome.
The dogs keep them busy.
True.
And the
That
kids.
helps.
So.
That helps. All right. So you said both your mom and your dad are the caregivers.
Yeah.
They just caregive in different ways.
Yeah, I think so.
What ways? So you said your dad stays home.
Mm-hmm.
So
he spends most of the time with us.
Okay.
He makes the food. I don't know. He puts the time in, I guess, when my mom's at work.
Of course. And then your mom is more health related than for caring. Awesome. Who provides the most energy in your family, would you say?
Probably my dad.
Your dad? If there was a change in your family, who would be the first to notice and verbalize that something's going on at all?
Probably us kids.
The kids would?
Yeah.
All equally?
Yeah.
If there were a problem or confrontation, who would communicate in the family? So if you would have someone come into your house, who would be the one to kind of coordinate that and communicate for the family?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Probably
Everyone likes to take turns.
My mom and everybody.
Yeah. So. Which family member values celebration and makes sure that those celebrations happen, or maybe unifies the family, that kind of thing?
Probably Deanna or Gavin, the little ones.
Okay, the little ones.
Or my grandma.
Okay. So going with your grandparents, who is all consists of your extended family?
So on my paternal side, I think both my grandparents are dead. We never really talked to them because my paternal grandfather wasn't nice. My mom said, yeah. So, but my dad has like a sister and a brother. I've met the sister like a couple times, but never met the brother. And then.
But you've never met the grandparents or your dad's parents. Okay.
And then my mom's parents probably play a big role. We see them like once every week probably. And then they have. Let's see. Andrew's probably the oldest. He's married and has 2 kids. And then Josh is married and has 2 kids. 3 kids. And then, and my mom married 6 kids.
6 kids, yeah.
And then there's Mark, who is married and just had a baby girl. The second one.
Fun. All right. Who tends to, we said, so it's your younger siblings that like to unify the family and make sure you're all doing stuff together. Who is in charge of coordinating events and duties in the family? So bringing the family out and doing stuff in the town or any of that?
Probably like kids, I guess.
Kids again. Yeah.
Like they're the reason we go into town for like school and for friends and stuff. So we make my parents drive them out there because they can't drive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What self-care routines has your parents taught you? So
take care of myself.
Self-care, the regular.
Yeah. Shower every day.
So you have obviously there's the hospital that your mom works at. Is that the hospital you guys go to? Okay, so you have good insurance and everything. What protocols does your family have to make sure there's safety and prevention? Do you have any like security systems, or has anything like that ever happened?
We lock our doors. We're all Uppsala.
That helps.
So it
doesn't occur a lot.
My dad just got a gun because he's like, we need to get a gun. I think he just wanted to get one. I don't like.
He's gonna use that as an excuse.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't like that?
I don't like guns.
No.
But.
Does your family value mental health?
Yeah.
Is there anything what kind of cares are done to make sure there's mental health in your family? Is there like meditation or prayer or
pet therapy?
That helps. I've heard a lot about that.
But no, none of us have a mental illness.
Okay.
So we've been fortunate in that.
That's good. How does your family care for illnesses? So you usually go to the hospital a lot, or does your mom kind of try to keep you out of the hospital as much as possible?
It depends on the situation, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know. With like chronic illness in the family, there's nothing really the hospitals can ever do for us. So we don't really go too much.
Okay. What traditions, values, and beliefs do you have that's related to health? So, vaccinations. Does your family all flu shot and stuff?
Yes.
Yes, big on the flu shot?
I can't. I have an immune, but my family, like herd immunity, you guys need to get it, so I don't get it.
Yep. Trying to think of what else. So, what disorder do you have?
Primary immune deficiency. So my IgG is low. So I get sick easier.
Okay. Has that had a big impact on your family?
Maybe when I was young. I've like kind of grown out of it.
Okay.
But they still tell me I shouldn't get certain vaccinations.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you still find yourself like getting sick more often?
I think I get sick a lot.
You do?
But I don't know.
But nothing too severe lately?
No.
Good. Okay, well, that's all I have for you. Do you have any questions at all? No? Well, thank you for letting me interview you.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah. Oh, no. I hope
It's still green, so we're